Alright, here we go. Alright, gas masker here. Big man stuck behind a little bench. I wanted to review a few masks I had because all I've done is bloody little cars recently, which I'll go back to. Big hobby of mine. Look at this RAV4. I love the two-door 2000s. Anyway, ignore that. Masks. Right, first one. The Russian GP-21. I'm going to compare it to the US MCU2AP. This one, obviously, this one's got the outsert and the second skin on it, but these masks are based on them. Anyway, so it's a Goss threaded, more or less copy of the MCU. It's quite good as far as Serbian masks go. It's got a nice on ears cup. Haven't worn it in a while, so right, let's see. Wow. Alright, the diaphragm's nice. Although, not fond of getting back blasted with air from the XL valve into my neck, but... Okay, that sounded fun. Someone being loud outside. Not fond of that. The diaphragm seems to be quite good, but Soviets have always had good diaphragms, which is interesting. It's relatively comfortable, especially for a Soviet mask. I'd rather this over a PMK any day. Which these were going to be the PMK4 series, but they never got to that point. They were replaced by... Anyway, I'm going to develop that there. This is a Chinese Ghost filter that I've painted purple. It's only here for like display effect. Shocking, the threads might actually be too narrow. No. It seals, all over seals. I've got facial hair, so it won't seal perfectly. Ugh, God, and I can feel the lake around there. Nothing I can really do about that. Now, I'm just going to compare that to... It is made of a beautiful rubber, if I remember correctly. Same stuff like PMKs could be made of. Fine. Really good for a Russian mask, really. It's good for an Eastern European mask in general. It's good Polish masks. The MP6 series and all that, they're great. Oh my god. Some of the best masks in Europe. Also the Serbian, Yugoslavian, this dude, here it is. You know, all long face. Yeah, M3, which is a more or less like that equivalent, but it's a to the MCU what it is to an M40. I keep pointing down here because I've got a M40 here too, so I can't do a comparison of the two, but I don't think I will now. I don't know, we'll see. I've got it there, so I might as well. Now here's the MCU comparison, and the face seal on this is much more comfortable. The voice diaphragm is much better. This is one of the M40 series. I switched that because the one with the VPU, well not VPU, on the comms thing has a tendency to break and cause leaking. Interestingly, I believe this one is a size larger. I may need a larger size. I don't know, my sizes are weird. I don't have a normal face shape. And I'm definitely not Eastern European or Russian, so... Yeah, a lot of masks won't fit my weird sort of Euromutt face. Anyway, the nose cup on this is a lot less comfy. Both masks don't fog, they're both very good. I'm going to take this off because, frankly, I don't know, that one feels stuffier, like the airflow isn't quite as good, which is interesting. Oh, alright. So there we go, the GP-21. M has the drinking tube, so it's not M, it's just GP-21, I think. Yeah, this one was made in 2011. I got it not long before the, hold on, let me double check that. No, 2019. The harness was made in 2011. No, it was also made in 2019. Oh, this thing is pretty new. It was made not long before the outbreak of the war, and I think I got it not long before that happened, which was pretty convenient. Anyway, pain in the ass to get these in Australia. I've been trying to get one for years. I did get one. Not recently. I don't really collect anymore. I've been selling off my collection, which I'll get to later, I think. Yeah. There we go. Next one. Ugh, got a few. Yeah, you know what? That M3 is coming back. I've not done my research in mask in ages, so I'm probably going to mess up a bunch of stuff. Here we go. Serbian M3. It's still got protective things. Bought this more or less new. It was second hand. Previous owner had only opened the mask itself. Even the filter is still sealed right here. You have all the instructions from Trail, who make a rubber and rubber products, vinyl products and stuff too. They do tires, I believe. That is all in Serbian. Oh, here we go. English. M3 protective mask. Hereinafter I call it the mask. The M3 combined filter is intended protection of respiratory organs against MBC. Okay, they're using dated terminology, which makes sense because technically they're not part of NATO and they are not part. Connection for RD40 in accordance with the, so they use the EN, the European standards, but technically I guess this filter wouldn't be rated for EU or NATO use, so that's interesting. I've always wondered how they work with like UN related stuff and like whether they accept each other's standards or yeah. Blah blah blah, remove masks. Instructions, and there's my I think that's my service history for the, yeah, there we go. 2014 this was approved and for service. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna tuck all that back. As you can see, it's a black bag. It's very reminiscent of the, it's more or less a, wow, there's so much fluff on this. More or less, it's a copy of, well, and much more updated of the M9 type bags, the ones that they used for the, well, US M9 series, because they used the M2, which then was like copy, licensed copy, I believe. And oh, there's the mark. It's in Serbian. Trail February. Yeah. From what I remember, these are literally just seatbelts. The other ones also use seatbelts, older ones, because the Trail did help with the manufacture, or may have even manufactured Yugos. I don't quite remember. But I know the bags and stuff for a lot of the masks. And the factory that did make Yugos also did help manufacture those equipment. So there's the mask. I'll bring the M40 for comparison. As you can see, it's just a improved M40. So I will try this one on first. I remember it was quite comfy last time I used it. The rubber is strong but soft. I need to shave. But yeah, that is comfy. There's no point in me doing something like this. I'm not going to shave because I like my silly facial hair. Ooh, my dirty and everything. I don't think I've used a drink this one on this one. I might, no, that was a different one. Yeah, as you can see, this one, this M40 actually has that other valve I was talking about. I think this is the mask I switched it off. The diaphragm on this is okay. It's actually, I'm not sure if it's better or worse than the Soviet one. It feels less vibraty, but it also feels more muffled. So, I know Russian ones tend to be on the vibrating side, but they're also loud and relatively clear, whereas Western ones tend to be more crisp and more muffled, in my experience anyway. There's an amplification thing going on there. It's like a membrane when you it's cones and all that. Don't worry about it. Take this off. That's a really comfy mask. Next we have this. We're just going to do the M40 for comparison. And holy shit, that Serbian one is so much better already. This does not. Nose cut might not be fitted properly. Yeah, this does not feel great. I don't know what it is about the M40 MCU series nose cups. The M40 has a better nose cup, and no, the MCU couldn't use it because the MSA didn't have the rights to it at the time. Well, technically Scott didn't have the rights to it, but because Scott originally, Scott Aviation made mask, and then MSA took over the contract, and Scott failed to produce them, which is something they did so many fucking times. Scott is really a abysmal mask manufacturer. Bottom of the barrel. Anyway, yeah. The XM40 project and all that. Guess that's it. I do have one other mask I want to show. I do like the Serbian Freezer mask much better. And that last mask. Here we go. It's an oldie, but a goldie. Here it is. Finish M/30, I believe. I'm not great with the nomenclature of a lot of this stuff. The hose is crispy as fuck, so I'm not really going to mess with that. We do have... it's crumbling out. And we got a filter. Chunky boy. Bit shallow. Wide but shallow. Alright. So we've got a cherry filter and we've got a... Yeah, this is apparently size small from what I remember. It's got a production mark which matches all this. I believe the XL valve. Nah, they do have intake valve. Oh, no. I don't remember if I took that off a Spanish mask and put it on here, or if these come with one by default, because I'm pretty sure the filter also has one. So, I think I did take that off the Spanish Fatra F2As and put one in here. So, anyway, I'm going to do something that will upset people and screw a Ghost filter into it. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, this is size small, so it shouldn't quite fit me, but from memory, it was alright. Here we go. Man, I don't really want to pull these straps. They're a bit on the crisp side. Smells like cigarettes. You can tell it's finished, and it feels like I am literally licking the faceplate in the center, which I'll get to in a second because there's a metal valve on the inside. I know it's like, doesn't look like it. Oh, there's dust. Ew. Disgusting. Gonna take that off. That was unpleasant. But yeah, there's a metal plate that you can unscrew on the center that's for like the valve systems. Everything. I'm not sure if I'm getting on camera because I can barely see the mirror I'm using to look at my phone. Yep. I had a panic moment where I thought that wasn't recording, but it is. Yeah, okay. But there we go, finish M30. Anyway, I'm going to do more of those cards because I enjoy doing them. I'm probably going to sell this. I don't know how much I'm going to expect from it. Look, I think I spent like way too much, like I want to say 600 AUD on it. I kind of want to get more than that back because I'm kind of going through some stuff in my life, trying to figure out everything. Welding, going to be an engineer, going to study at the ripe old age of... Well, I don't need to tell you my age. So, anyway. And these, well, I had to bring them out because these are all 32 scale. Sorry, 1:32 scale cars. And I thought it was interesting that a 1990... I think it's like a 2000 RAV4 or 1999 RAV4 or something. It's about the same size as a Volkswagen Beetle. These are the same scale. It's actually slightly... no. Take off the bumper, they're about the same. Interestingly, the height isn't even that different between them. Well, the RAV isn't significantly higher. However, just trying to get a good look. I'm not going to be able to show that, but yeah. I love these, like the Suzuki Vitara, the early ones. Suzuki, I forget the other one. Daihatsu Scat and like all those compact two-door sort of off-roaders. They're fun. So comparison, this is a Chrysler, oh no, sorry, Dodge Charger. Yeah, Dodge Charger, which is more or less, you don't really get Dodge Chargers in Australia. The closest thing we get is a Chrysler 300. And a Chrysler 300 is actually the exact same size and shape as my Mitsubishi 380. Anyway, look at how high the Beetle. I know that's lowered, but like old cars have like really high roofs. I've noticed this, and this actually I've noticed also makes them more comfortable for me. I have a problem with a lot of new cars want to be too narrow at the top and be very uncomfortable for me. I don't mind the leg space. I am hypermobile. I can do weird stuff like and yeah. So leg space isn't a big issue for me, but wing space, shoulder space, I'm a big guy. I'm like 194 centimeters tall and 100 kilos, so yeah, new cars kind of suck for me. I was in a bloody Honda Jazz recently, and I was pleasantly surprised by the inside of that. Very comfortable. I could fit in it, which was very unusual for a car that is that new and a compact. Be it. Anyway, there we go. Gas mask rear. Oh yeah, I was going to mention I am selling off my collection, but I'm doing that piece by piece because it's a pain and I don't like dealing with people. Yay.